Hi and welcome to the Market Alert for Friday the 16th of May 2025. So defensive stocks dominators, gold pumps, soft data jumps, inflation slumps. The divergence between weak soft data and strong hard data is narrowing. So is that leading for sort of stagflation type situation then? US stocks clawed back early losses but with upside capped amid mixed data. And finally, stocks and bonds rise on mixed US data. US PPI comes in soft, mixed US retail sales, initial claims little changed. US industrial production misses expectation. Trump says Iran deal is getting close, while India has offered to drop all tariffs on the US. EU's Sefcovic has said that US and EU have agreed to intensify trade talks. Trump admin told EU it wants to discuss EU's ag, food, tariff and non-tariff barriers in trade talks. So again, that'll end up coming back to nothing, I suspect, by the end of it. And in economic news for today, we've got prelim UOM consumer sentiment and UOM inflation expectations. They're both out at 3 p.m. Right, let's have a look at the markets for yesterday and kick off with the Dow. So starting off with the Dow, market was down, then it came back. We're stuck in a sideways range. It's a classic sell in May, go away situation developing here. And speaking of which, before I forget, I won't be here this next week. I'm going to take that old adage, use it, and go off for a week before things pick up sort of midsummer, or when the postponement of the 90-day tariffs comes to fruition, and then all of the fun and games starts again. So yeah, I'll be missing in action for this next week. 30-minute Dow, again you can see very quiet until we had Powell speaking later on at 1:40. Market then sideways, as you can see, overnight, but above the DP, the 200 MA and the 50 EMA there. In the DAX, this too is sideways, not doing much about the all-time high at the moment, but I suspect it will next week in my absence. But at the moment you can see that trend continues to move to the upside, with only two of the last goodness knows how many days, actually it's three, where there is a red bar, which means that the price is closed below the 5-bar moving average. So a very strong trend to the upside in the German DAX, as it is with all markets at the moment. There you can see yesterday as well, the buying coming in. We sold off initially, the buying came in, and then we were off all the way. And at the moment overnight we're above the 50 EMA, the DP and the 200 MA there as well for this market. So still strong as well. And in the S&P 500, the same as well. Markets moving to the upside. 30-minute chart again took Powell to speak yesterday to move the market higher. And again you can see we're above the close, the DP and the 50 EMA, 200 MAs down here as well. So again, very strong. Daily for the FT100, stuck it in a sideways range as we head into the mid part of May, not March. Don't know where the days go, to be honest with you. And then we see the FT100 moving up again yesterday as well, heading towards yesterday's high on the overnight market as well. In the US dollar, this moving down yesterday and overnight as well. Let's see whether we get back below 100, but at the moment we're sitting at the 100 level for the actual US dollar there. So have a look at the metals. And yesterday we traded down to the 200 MA. Fortunately, there was some buying at this level, as we've seen before, brought the market back, but things are not looking too bright overnight at the moment. Price is starting to move back down. And in the 30-minute chart, we moved higher. We had a shakeout. They bought into the market, sent the market up, which is very unusual. And then we broke the 200 MA, but the market only managed to trade up to the previous day's high, and then has moved back since this. We are above the DP, the 50, the 5, but we need to get above the 20 MA and the 200 MA to attack yesterday's high if the market has the strength to do this. Meanwhile, in gold, a lot of buying yesterday. I think they've saying, okay chaps, this has gone down far enough, it's time to move it back, and above the 50 EMA yesterday. So very strong action there for gold yesterday, and the 30-minute chart also showing the same. You can see the buying coming in down here, all of the green bars moving the market up finding support at the DP overnight and the 50 EMA. Just a matter of trying to get the market back above yesterday's high and close there. So we'll look at the gold-silver ratio. And no surprise really to see this moving higher yesterday. I mentioned this, and again we can probably see this moving back up and getting back above the 100 there. If gold starts to move sharply again, leaving silver behind, you'll see the gold-silver ratio continue to move to the upside there. Right, let's have a quick look at yesterday's trades. So yesterday morning we were faced with the market already being below the low of Wednesday. And then prices managing to come back above the low, because they have to come back above the low if they can. And there you see the buying come in. They start to move prices higher, and then it gets another quick slam down with some buying coming in to support the market, with prices then starting to trade sideways when the cash market opened, finding support and then having to move lower initially. And this is not uncommon actually. So what they do is that the market holds, then they have a shakeout and you get further buying coming into the market, and then after this type of price action you'll see the market move back up to the low, and the 200 MA tries to go through there. It's met with some selling, and once that's out of the way you can then move back to the upside, but there's still resistance at the previous day's close. And then we had a potential sell signal there that failed to move lower, and it switched to a buy, and then we moved to the upside there, and it's just a matter of moving up with this, see if it can get back above the BRN, but unfortunately not. So take the money off the table, and then of course as soon as you're out, so the market I thought it on this one it actually moved higher, but obviously not. That must have been the previous days. Normally when you get out you see the market then move higher, but not on this occasion. Prices coming back and retesting the low, and then trading sideways all the way through the mid-morning to higher, and trading back up to the DP again, back through. This is the New York futures came online, and then we get into the afternoon session with the Dow cash market sideways to higher. As you can see there, buy signal moving up from there as prices stay above the BRN, get to the R1 and then fail there. We then get a potential sell signal where the market trades down to the 50 EMA before switching around. You can see how the market uses all of these levels that are in the chart to trade to and reverse from or continue. And there we see the final long trade continuing to move back up to the R1, and then continuing all the way back up to the previous day's high. So a big range yesterday for the DAX as it continued to play that pattern out of if it goes below the low, bring it back and hold it and keep moving it to the upside, which you can see there all the way through to the early evening. Right, a quick look at the overnight market, and we can see at the moment we're just back below the close. We're getting support at the 200 MA at the moment, but it's struggling a bit to hold there. So let's see what we've got above and below. We're closer to the high than we are the low there, so I can see that quite a distance. So a good move yesterday in the DAX. The high not too far away to take out and get the market back above this level there. So yeah, we'll see what happens today. We've only got those two pieces of news, but trade deals seem to be coming back to dominate the news as well, adding a bit of volatility, so just watch out for that. Okay, well listen, have a great day, great weekend, and I will see you a week on Monday. So as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.